morning everyone, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name is Emma, these are my allotment diaries. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel or follow me below on my blog, my Instagram or my Facebook page. Here I am at the allotment plot doing what allotmenters do, allotmenting. This is pretty much it, this is how it looks most of the time. Me just sort of sitting in my shed, drinking a bottle of water, pondering at all the millions of jobs that need to be done and how little time I have to do them all. And that's pretty much what having an allotment plot is. Am I selling it to you yet? No. There is a lot of weeds coming up and I'm just totally not on top of it, and I always feel this way at this time of year actually. It's like it's not like a one-off thing. I usually feel like this around May time. My second batch of pumpkins at home have all germinated and they're all doing so good. I'm so excited to get them out. The two that are out at the moment aren't looking quite so happy, so I don't know what's going on this year. I'm finding it really difficult. It always seems to be the way that whatever I grew last year really well doesn't work the next year, but things that didn't, like broad beans, did not work last year. Oh my god, what am I doing? Please don't break. Like the broad beans did terribly last year and this year they're doing incredibly. The garlic and onions completely died last year. This year they're still alive. So I don't know, like it's just like a rotation, isn't it? Maybe that's what they mean by crop rotation. Maybe it means that like every year you grow something different and it works better. Don't know. Anyway, we're gonna have a little look around. Let's see what needs to be done. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be just sort of chopping and weeding, but I don't have my shears and everything's run out of batteries, so we'll see how it goes really. Like I said, this is pretty much how it goes every time I come down here, just completely not knowing what to do. Help. Just for a change in dynamic on the vlog, let's start with something that's actually going right. And the peas have done amazing. Now considering that these look like they were half dead when they went in and I thought they had no chance, they've done amazing. I feel like I say that a lot about my crops. I don't have much faith in plants. Even after 3 years of growing my own food, I still believe that plants will just all die. But these have started to produce peas and that's incredibly exciting. There we go, see the peas. It's funny where they come from, so just in case you've never grown these things before, they start producing flowers and when the flower dies it sort of starts to produce a little pea. So you can see this is the flower thing. See this one here, you can still see a bit of the flower in there and the pea comes out the middle. Oh, this one's even better because look, he's still got his flower, and in the middle there's the pea coming out the middle, and that's where the peas come from. I find it fascinating, such a fascinating process. And the peas look like sweet peas, don't they? Because they're from the same family, that's why we call them sweet peas. But you can't eat the sweet peas because they're poisonous. But it's the same concept, that they produce peas. So that's a little bit of information on peas there that you didn't ask for. I like growing peas. I think it's good fun growing peas. I think they're really exciting vegetables and kids love them too, and they love to open the little pods up and get all the little peas out. So they're just a great easy vegetable to grow really. And yeah, they're just doing good here and I'm just happy with them, so there we go. Over here in the flower bed, all the gladiolus are coming up really nice, and then behind we've got the dahlias, which have survived slug attack really because they've got big enough now. So even when they get a bit eaten, they're still growing back, which is just excellent. So we're going to get dahlias here, and all gladiolus have just multiplied like crazy. So this is going to be really beautiful in a few months' time. Every single year I think about lifting my tulip bulbs and then like storing them, and apparently it's supposed to revitalise them or something, or like give them a new lease of life, but every year I can't be bothered. And what usually goes in this bed is sweet corn. Sweet corn worked really well last year, and I know there's this whole thing about crop rotation, but I really want to put sweet corn back in this bed again because it gets the most sun. It's just amazing for sun. I've got sweet corn growing at home at the moment, so I think by the time these die back I'll be able to put them in. It always just feels like quite a bit of a waste of space. I get really frustrated with it and just want to yank them all up and put something in now. But I do think there is, you know, a lot to be said about leaving them to die back, and it feeds the bulbs for next year. So sweet corn will go in here and it's nowhere near ready yet, so I'll leave this for a bit longer I think, as much as it's killing me to leave it, but we will. I'm going to feed the 2 pumpkins that I've got growing. So I've got a Jack B. Little here, and I've got an Ukiki Curry, and I've got a couple of patty pans as well, and I'll feed those as well. I'm actually using a liquid seaweed, and I use this for pretty much everything at the plot because everything I grow works well with a liquid seaweed. So it's just like a one for all, an all for one sort of thing that I found. And pumpkins are really hungry plants, and I think one of the reasons why they might be struggling is because they've just not got the nutrients that they need in the soil, or it's not rained enough, because it has rained a lot but not consistently. It's sort of been like a big downpour and then nothing for days. So I'm gonna feed them and hope that they perk up and come to life a little bit, but I really am just everything's resting on the new pumpkins really to get the archway this year. So anyway, we're gonna try and revitalise them a bit. We can only try. I was just about to come down and say my turnips are doing really well after I thought they'd all died and I had to thin them out, but actually I think they bolted, and bolted is when a plant gets too hot or too wet or something like that, and then it starts sending up flowers to produce seed because it thinks it's dying and it thinks it's got to reproduce really quickly. It thinks it's like at the end of its life, so it bolts. I think that's what's happening to my turnips. I've never seen it before. I say you have never seen it before, but I've never grown turnips before, so these might not even be turnips. These could just be weeds that came up that I just assumed were turnips. Who knows? But yeah, look, they're shooting up these sort of big old flower buds right from the middle of them. I don't know if it's going to show up properly, but yeah, it looks like they're bolting to me. That's what I believe bolting is, when they shoot up flowers. And I want them to make turnips and they're not. So this is quite confusing. I think what I might do is snip off the flowers and see if they manage to sort of revitalise themselves and come back to life. And if they don't, I'll leave them to flower, because I expect the flowers are going to be really good for pollinators, because they look a bit like broccoli flowers and bees love them. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. I don't know if that'll make a difference or if it's too late. I'm just using my previous gardening knowledge, because I know that root vegetables like turnips, parsnips, carrots don't normally send up flowers unless they've bolted, which means that they've just completely given up. So I'm just sort of assuming chopping off the flowers might revitalise them, but I don't know. I really don't know, but that's what we've done, and what we've done is that. So we'll just have to wait and see. And like I said, if they don't come to anything, I'll let them flower. Right, I've just dropped that. There it is. I've just found some runner beans. These are white runner beans. I don't know if you can see them there. They are moonlight runner beans, and basically they've got white flowers instead of red flowers, and they produce white beans, and they're delicious, and they're really great for pollination. It says the white flowers really attract the pollinators. There we go. So I'm going to whack some of these in up the archway, because I'm getting annoyed that nothing's growing up the archway. I'm just a bit like, oh, I just want some bloody pumpkins, but you know, life, snails, slugs. I also found my little pack of turnips, so I thought I'd just whack some more in. Why not? Just whack them in. You know, the bird's got all my beetroots, and I'll just put these in where the beetroot was, and the leeks. The leeks are dead too. Sometimes I think I should rename this channel like What's Died, like What's Died at the Allotment Today, or Emma Kills the Allotment, because I feel like it's just one thing after another gets eaten or killed, and yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated with it at the moment, but I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, because last year I remember It was much worse last year. It was terrible, and everything got eaten, literally everything, except my bloody pumpkins, of course, but obviously they found those this year. Right, I'm gonna go and whack these out because I think whacking stuff out probably will help with my mood and make me feel better about the plot in general. So let's whack everything out. Let's do it. I'm gonna whack it all out. I can't find anything to whack stuff out with. Where's my gloves? Where's everything? Where is everything? I feel like I've whacked so much out in this same space. You've just watched me whack the same things out over and over again. So ridiculous. See down here that there's a couple of nasturtiums growing. So this is a nasturtium, and then there's another little one here. These are really good for deterring slugs and snails from your plants, so I'll let those grow, and I've got a few more at home, and what I might do is bring them with me and just start planting them around here along the front, so that when my pumpkins go out there's sort of a protection. Oh look, there's another one there. Yeah, brilliant. So I'll plant some more nasturtiums, I think. I think maybe it just might be a good idea to start planting out things like nasturtiums and getting things growing in these beds, so that when I come to plant the pumpkins out they're not sitting there alone, so the snails don't make a beeline for them. Does that make sense? So nasturtiums are just a great thing to grow. I had nasturtiums last year all growing here, so hopefully some of them come up on their own, but if not I've got some at home, so I'll whack them all out I think and just get this archway, under the archway, growing. Maybe that will help, maybe it won't. We will find out, won't we? We'll find out together. Oh, you know what? Nothing's ever grown the way I want it to at this allotment plot. I always feel a little bit like I'm battling against the elements and against slugs all the time, but I just have to remember that last year it was a lot worse. I was convinced last year that I wouldn't get a single vegetable from the plot, and I ended up getting so much and just really enjoying it and having just the best autumn here because everything grew over the summer. And I have to just remind myself that sometimes things feel like they're not growing or not happening, and then in a few months time it'll be just a totally different plot again. So I'll keep telling myself that, and hopefully you'll keep telling yourself that, because it is true. And things will get growing and get better. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog today. If you did, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my blog and sign up for my newsletter and all the rest of it, and I will see you Friday. So I'll see you Friday everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.